Morning chaps and chapettes, how are you? Hope you're all okay. Right guys, so this is a kit, it's the first update I've done, but there's been plenty of updates on Facebook on the on Martin Lamont's International British Modelers 75th anniversary I think of the Hawker, or the 50th anniversary, I can't remember, I'm awful. Harrier build. Anyway, because I have got a few projects I want to do for certain other guys' group builds, I want to try and get something just a bit more simple. And after going through the Christmas period and before with a couple of difficult kits, I wanted something a bit more easier, shall we say. Two kits I did want to enter was either this one or the new Edward special edition one that I think they released last year, with all the goodies in it and that. But I haven't worked on an Edward kit yet with all the photo etch and all that, the coloured photo etch and all that type of stuff. So I didn't really want to spend a lot of money on a decent kit and sort of balls it all up. So I'm still learning on aircraft as well. I mean, when I first started modelling years ago, I was aircraft modeller. I couldn't tell you anything about tanks. Never built one in my life. Worked around them and been in them, but never, Anyway, so I'm slowly trying back into the process now of the aircraft and how to model them and all that type of thing, because I don't care what anybody says. Okay, modelling, a lot of the methods and things that you do are a lot the same, and you can apply your armour techniques onto the aircraft ones and all that type of thing, but they do differ. Anyway, so I decided and opted for this kit. It's Tamiya 148, so you would expect it to be fairly decent, but it is one of the old kits, one of the 70s kits. I think, in fact, no, I think it's the 80s kit. In fact, if I'm right, it's 1982. I think it was released around there. So it's not going to be the best. However, so let's get on to it. So. Just so you know as well, I'm filming downstairs for a change on the table at the back of the living room, because I just wanted something a bit more different and it's a bit more brighter. You get more light on it. So here she is at the minute. This is her first update, and I've worked on it for about 4 hours, 5 hours over the last 2 or 3 days, on and off. And she's on the she's been primered with UMP primer, Steinal Res primer, grey. And then I've gone over it with the Tamiya flat white. Certain places I haven't given it a massive coat, just the odd quick coat. And then I've gone over it with flat black with the panel liners for the lines. However, it's not completely done yet. I spent about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours yesterday doing all these squiggly lines. By the time I'd finished, I don't think even if I'd got a ruler I would have been able to do a flat line, a straight line, sorry. So yeah, so there's still a bit more to do I've got to do. I'm hoping to do that in a bit, and then I'll crack on with the base coat. Now, I was going to go with a black and white Harrier that I'd seen, I saw years ago and absolutely loved it. However, if I do, then I think I'm going to lose a bit of this black panel lining and that. So with it being the first time I've done this, I don't really want to lose it. Then I was going to go with, let's see if you can see it, this colour call out, which is the old, the camouflage colour that everybody knows the British aircraft with a lot of the time. But what I do love with these Harriers and aircraft in particular is the really sort of sea grey that they have, or the light grey. I really love that, so I'm going to do it that colour, I think, and I'm hoping it'll show up most of the panel lining as well if I do, quite light. It's had a masking set on for the cockpit. I'm awful at masking. I have, as Hamilcar Barker said in his review of his Tamiya Tony kit he did, the Japanese fighter or bomber I think it was, aircraft, he says he's got two left hands when it comes to masking and it's very much like me. So yeah, I've masked it with the Edward set, and then I've used a bit of this, which is my go-to masking solution. They do two, Mr. Hobby do. I think the first one's Sol S, and this is obviously Sol R. Now, I watched numerous reviews on the masking solutions and they said that by far this is the best one on the market. So, and a few people have said that now, so I thought I'll go with this one. The other one's a bit more rubbery, a bit more like Mascal, the Humbrol stuff. Now, a warning for you guys as well, I never knew this, but Mascal, the Humbrol stuff, if you leave it on the actual windscreen for too long, it actually begins to rot the plastic. I never knew that. And where this stuff I've left on for I've left it on months and it's not done anything to the the windscreens and that the cockpits. So that's my go-to stuff. So yeah, I got the Edward set. The Edward set was actually for the kinetic kit, but it was for the FRS.1, which is the same version as this one. So I thought I'd give it a go. The only difference and modification I've had to do with the masking set is just at the bottom. Excuse me guys, I've had to just chop a little bit off. It was a bit long there, and then I've just had to liquid mask part of it just round there, but apart from that, that's it. So yeah, it's raised panel lines, the kit is, which is a shame. Still got a few little bits there I've got to do. And when I've gone through down here for the seam and everything, I've had to sort of go over it and lose part of the seam line. Now, a lot of guys will say, why don't you just sand them all off and do them again? Well, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm still learning with aircraft, and with me not having enough time for the build, then I really wanted to sort of get it done, so I don't think I'd have enough time to do all that really. But I will do over time and learning phase, and that I will learn how to do it. And rescribe and that, but even on the stuff I've rescribed, it looks like it's the M6 motorway and that Spaghetti Junction on some parts, but yeah, but it's all learning phase. So yeah, like I say, it's an old kit, but it's okay. It's well, to be fair, it's awful. There's bits of places where it hasn't fitted. The cockpit, I've just noticed there's a big gap there. There should be sort of vents here, I think, on this major part for the engine. Now, if you look carefully on the actual piece of plastic, there is, but it's very, very, very thin. So I decided to cut my losses and I've sort of sanded them all off. And that's what I've done there. What else have I done? These wings here at the back are supposed to join. They're separate, and then you put them into the hole in the back, and they're supposed to glue the hole, the bit, and it's supposed to join on top like that, so you can turn them. However, I didn't realise that, and I cut off the knob on one part on this right wing to me at the minute. So I decided to try and stick the knob back on. I stuck it in a ball in, and then I tipped it upside down as I was looking at the undercarriage and all that, and it just dropped off, so I thought, bugger it. So I used my super glue and just super glued the sides, super glued it back on, and not the knob but the wing onto the actual thing, and the other one as well. So they're just more solid now, which doesn't faze me, because all it's going to do is sit on the shelf really. It's not going to go in a dio or anything like that at the minute. So that's it really. I'm learning now to sort of not stick these pino rods on and these little bits on to aircraft until sort of the very last minute, because I keep knocking them off, and then of course you have a little bulge in the middle where you've attached them back on with glue and everything else. So I'm sort of learning slowly, but it's coming through. There's a big seam line there which I've missed, so that'll have to come off, I suppose. I don't know actually if I can be bothered. Anyway, on the bombs, I've sanded all the seam lines off. They've all come off, and I've gone over it with the buffer pad, on the rough side, and then buffed it with the smooth side to try and give it the thin. And I've done it with the sidewinder missiles too. I still can't make my mind up whether I'm going to put the pilot in or not. The cockpit is awful. There's no detail in it whatsoever. There's a decal that goes on the main control panel, instrument panel, and then the instrument panels down the side of the pilot is literally 2 or 3 buttons, and you can't really see them. So I think I am going to stick the pilot in, and then put the cockpit back over properly. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll end up painting him. But yeah, apart from that, guys, it has been a bit of a troublesome kit, but I really am enjoying it, to be fair. Whether or not it's because it's one of my most favourite ever aircraft, and I've always wanted to do one, it has made me decide that when I can afford, I am definitely going to buy the well, possibly actually the kinetic kit, one of the kinetic kits, but I'm definitely going to buy that Edward kit because I just love the aircraft. It's so iconic. And funnily enough, I always like to compare the size of each aircraft that I'm building to that flanker G that I've just done, the Su-30. And my God, it's literally, this Harrier would fit on one of the wings of that Su-30. It's absolutely huge. But I just love it. I just love the aircraft. It just looks dinky, and I don't know, it's brilliant. So yeah, but yeah, that's a quick update on this, guys. I didn't want to ramble for this long. It's gone over 10 minutes now, but I just wanted to give you a quick update. I'm really sorry about the flickering of the camera and the clicking. I just can't do anything about it. It's just because I film on the tablet, so I've got nothing else to use. It's a new tablet as well I had last year, so you know, it's the camera. I can't do anything about it. But apart from that, if you can bear with it, I know a few of you guys have said that you like the new style of videos that I've been doing with the stills and stuff, which I might add on the end of this, actually, of me update at the minute. But you all said you wanted to hear me rabble on, so I feel sorry for you if that's what you want. But still, anyway, hope you're all well, guys. Hope you all stay safe, and may the force be with you.